2, 1, go! To the core.
Oh, right. Okay. Here looks like the it's going. Who dropped frames? Always a plus. I'm going to adjust the microphone a little bit here because it kind of looks like we might be a little bit choppy. I'm not real sure. Anyways, welcome back to another edition of Wave Race Wednesday. Let's see here. I'm going to adjust this guy a little bit here. I have a feeling that this guy right here is being a little bit aggressive. Okay. So, yeah, this should be a little bit better. Oops. Alright, so anyways, we're back for another episode of Wave Race Wednesday, where we will be playing Wave Race as fast as we can. Most of the evening will be spent, probably, on Drake Lake, as is tradition. But aside from that, we might play some Sunset Bay. We might play some Southern Island. I don't know. We'll just see where the night takes us. We definitely are going to play some Wave Race, and we're going to have a good time.
3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1,
Oops. Already going pretty bad. It's alright. It's first lap of the night. Ugh. Oh no.
3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1,
I thought I found a fancy new way to monitor my audio to where I wouldn't get out of sync. What I can tell you already that's probably not the case.
3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, there is definitely some lag on the audio front. Anyways, I should have that all sorted out. Oops, sorry about that. Hope that didn't destroy your eardrums. Anyways, I should have that worked out. Hopefully by the weekend. We'll see.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, that is gonna work.
2, 1,
Off to a pretty bad start.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so do this another way. Yeah, so I did get some more upgrades. So hopefully by this time next weekend, or next week, I guess it's not the weekend, we'll have a little bit better stream quality for everyone. Alright, it's definitely better than our first time around the pond. Still not too great. Ugh. Yeah, just gotta get warmed up a little bit, so. Shouldn't have even corrected after that first buoy. Had it lined up just fine. Didn't have to do anything.
You almost
Not too shabby. Not what you like to see, but all good. Okay. Got the max power. Really good first turn there. Not the best around the island, but alright. Oh, thumb fell off the joystick there. And through the salamander. Onto the toothpicks. Threaded the needle. Pretty good first lap. Whoa, gosh. Overcompensated. Got nervous there. Really good salamander. And threw it all away in the toothpicks. Starting this one out so hot. At all. Here we go. Ugh. And we're off to the races. So far, so good. Got up on the island there. That's not really desirable. I think one of the hardest things to really grasp here is the involuntary movements. Like going through the section that we hooked up, the toothpicks, where you have the wood pylons. So right here, I think just picking a line and sticking to it without just freaking out and, you know, wiggling your stick all over the place, that is a real challenge. I knew I was cutting that one close. But I mean, we're kind of to that point to where, you know, you've got to take some chances. Every lap, you just got to get a little bit tighter. Learn how close you can cut the corners. Yeah, I've hit quite a few buoys, so I'm probably not looking at the best time, but I've had some really good tight corners. Oh, man. You hate to see that. Yeah.
Almost had it.
Right, off to the races again here. Whoa. I mean, I hit the buoy coming into it. That was a tight corner. Pretty good salamander. Nice and straight through the toothpicks. Not a terrible first lap. Oh, no. We were looking good. You know, my line hasn't been the best this lap. This round hasn't been too terrible so far. Oh, that was pretty good there. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's like individually, I'm executing some of these things really well. It's just putting them all together in one big package I need to get better at. Okay, we'll play this guy one more time, and then we're going to move on. Of course, by one more time, I mean one more time that I'm happy with. Yep, not happy with that one. So far, I'm not real happy with this run, but we will see what happens. Or I'll let it ride. Bad. 420. Nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, not the best for the salamander. Of course, you don't want to hit the wall. That's a pretty bad deal. Pretty good second lap. I'm happy with that. Block wasn't happy with that, but I was. Ooh, got lucky on that last yellow buoy there. Real lucky.
Almost had it.
I know I said one more time. Here we go. Way late. Go. Oh. Tonight is not my night. I'm going to switch it up course-wise. Let's see if we can implement some of our new tricks here. Hey, Pancakes. How are you doing today, sir? Okay. Not too shabby. Oh, man. Personal best on the first round on this guy. Gotta like that. I mean, not by much, but a personal best nonetheless. I feel like this course here has just the right amount of waves to learn how to deal with and manage the waves without me wanting to completely rage quit because of the waves. Those courses like Marine Fortress. Ugh. Waves. The waves, boss. Hmm. I saw me going towards the mast of the ship. I knew I was going to hit it. Didn't do anything. I think that's one of the symptoms of me trying to just keep from completely freaking out and overcompensating. Whenever I really need to, I don't do it. I don't know why. I've really been craving peanut M&Ms. I know that's kind of a weird thing. Not that I like peanut M&Ms is weird, it's just I've been jonesing for peanut M&Ms for like a month now. Just break down and buy some M&Ms. Got some Junior Mints, but this just won't scratch the itch whenever you've got the feeling for peanut M&Ms. Yeah. One of these days, I'm going to make an input device for the N64 that'll make it so that I just get max power every time. It wouldn't be hard. Probably be way easier than me trying to do it the right way. Ready to just take off. Yep, we're doing this. Oh, gosh. So it's going to be like this. I don't think tonight's my night. Gosh. This is embarrassing. All right. So as part of my PC rebuild, I have started using Windows again. And one of the things that I had forgotten about that was a thing with Windows is all of the freaking notification bubbles that pop up all the time. Like, Windows Defender needs to update. Windows Update needs to run. You plugged in a new headphone. And, it's like, it's so annoying. What the heck, where did he go? But yeah, it seems like every time I look back at my screen, I've got some weird notification for something that I didn't realize I needed to even be notified about. It's like, all I'm going to do is ignore this. I'm assuming that there's a setting somewhere to disable notifications. I'm going to have to figure out where that is because these things are driving me absolutely bonkers. Yeah, like right now there's a bubble on my screen that's like, Windows Update will begin in 23 hours. Why do I need to know that Windows Update is going to happen in 23 hours? Just either do it or don't. Yeah, I want to figure out that thing that the tool-assisted folks were doing with the buoys to kind of push you further a little bit quicker. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, that was a pretty terrible run, and I was still in the 17-second territory, which, you know, I know is not groundbreaking, but that's pretty good for me. Oh no. Oh, thought I lost it. All right. Yeah. Play this guy a few more times here. I like that. Yeah. That one wave, I feel like, pushes you just right into that. Cool. It's cool. So far, so good. Not hating it. Pretty good first lap. Uh-oh. All over the place there. Yeah. No, we got hung up a few too many times on this one, so I'm expecting like a 118, 119 here. Yeah. Alright, there we are with the max power. Okay, not too terrible on the second lap. You can live with that. Oh, oh. Alright, good first lap. Happy with that. Pretty happy with how it went there through the ship. Oh yeah, pretty good second lap. I'm happy with that. Oh no! No! Oh. Hey, Bombshell. I'll tell you, man, it's been a not the best night for wave racing, but we're having fun. That's the important part. I think in the game of wave race, you win some, you lose some. Tonight, we're somewhere in the lose some territory. Oh no. Ah! God. I am tempted to jump over and just play some stunt mode for the heck of it. You know, just do some cool tricks and call it a night. Oh, jeez. Yeah, full disclosure, I'm a little off tonight. Been been a long day. But kind of glad. Oh gosh, the projector. So you want the Santa Claus 3 story? So I worked in a couple of different theaters. This would have been about halfway through my theater career. We had. Okay, so I got to set the stage a little bit here. We had a couple of schools coming in. It was for a special showing just for these school kids. And there was supposed to be 3 people there working. So the owner of the theater was there, basically going to, fill up snacks for the kids. I was going to be there again, just doing the same, getting food, getting drinks, stuff like that, and running the projectors, because that's what I do. And then there was another individual that was supposed to be there. Well, some things happened, and he had to be let go the night before. So it was just me and the owner. Really, that wasn't a big deal. But I just wanted to kind of set the stage there. So the other thing that was going on was there were more kids than we were expecting. By 2. Not by 2 kids, but 2 times as many kids as we were expecting. We were expecting around 300. There were, around 500-600. So we had to split them up in between 2 theaters instead of 1. This is where things started to go bad. So we only had 1 copy of Santa Claus 3. So normally that's not a big deal in a theater that is well maintained, because what you do is you run it through one projector, or run it across the room, run it through the other projector, and then back to the platters to rewind, and then there is without getting too technical, there's basically a switch that you flip that will sync the 2 projectors together so that their motors run at exactly the same speed. They are in sync at that point. That means one will not run faster than the other one. That is in a normal, well-maintained theater. I did not work in a normal, well-maintained theater. I worked in one that was held together by super glue and bubblegum. So here we are. I've got these projectors tied together. I've got the film running through both of them. And this is whenever things start to go, yeah, terribly, terribly wrong. I've got the movie running through both projectors. Again, common practice, not really a big deal. But it was about 5 minutes into the movie I realized these things are not in sync. The second projector is running much faster than the primary projector. And basically, the solution I came up with to make this work was to shut down the second projector and let some film pile up on the floor. And then, basically let the first one get far enough ahead that I had some buffer zone there. And I wouldn't have to, really worry about it. Just have to kind of stand there and babysit it and make sure that, the film didn't get tangled up or anything like that. So I did that, restarted the second projector, had plenty of extra film. Not a big deal. Everything's going great until it wasn't. And that's whenever I got tangled up in all the film that was on the floor. And those projectors are strong. Film is much stronger than you think that it is. I had it wrapped around my ankle somehow. And this projector is sucking it right into it. And yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have, killed me, obviously, but yeah, it was one of those deals where it was like a chaotic moment for about 2 seconds as I am up there trying to get this film to run through 2 projectors. I've got a pile of film on the floor, and now the second projector is sucking me into it. Yeah, real disaster. Ruined about 2 feet of film. I don't know if we got the deposit back from that one or not. Yeah. Yeah, oh gosh, that film is tough stuff. You don't really think about it. You think, it's just film. You can break right through this stuff. No, 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 no. That stuff is tough. But yeah, I have a lot of really fun theater stories. Yeah, actually, after my time working at the theater as, like a general worker, I actually did some projector tech, kind of work for several years afterwards, where I just went around to a bunch of different theaters and, worked on their projectors. Probably to this day, my most favorite job. I would still be doing that if they were better. Yeah, the crazy thing about film, though, you get these films, you can handle them all you want and really not, mess up the ink on them. But you spill a soft drink or something on them, it's all over. It'll wash it right off there. It'll make it clear right now. Yeah, all it takes is a little bit of water to just completely ruin one of those things. Or in my case, a medium fruit punch spilled on top of it. Ah, yeah, half-inch reel-to-reel. Yeah, yeah, all the theaters I worked in were all 35 millimeter, and it was really rare to see any of them with a reel-to-reel setup. Typically that's a huge pain in the butt in a movie theater. So you would get the film on, 6 to 8 reels, and you would put them all together into just one giant glob that would go on a platter. That was basically just like a giant silver pizza pan about 6 feet across. Yeah, I get what you mean, Bombshell. I've never used half-inch audio, but yeah, I'm well versed in 35 millimeter. I guess I did work on one 60 millimeter projector once, but I mean, it's the same thing. Actually, I think of it. I think I have one of my old film reels over here. Yeah, still got one of the old house reels hanging out. Yeah, you typically wouldn't. They were all came on plastic whenever I was around, but the house reels would still be metal. Of course, they don't really use those anymore. I'm gonna make a clock or something out of that one of these days. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure that it has a nylon bushing in it, but it does definitely have the bearing. I've got some older ones than that too. That one is kind of on the newer end. Yeah, gosh, I remember whenever the very first Transformers movie came out. I think it was Transformers. So they were the movie studios were trying to keep it from leaking early, and you know, back in the early 2000s, most of your pirated movies, I would venture to say, came from theater employees. I never did any of it. No one in any of my theaters ever did any of that. But I do recognize that it was a problem. But Transformers came in, and they had reels like 1, 3, and 5 in one can, and 2, 4, and 6 in another can. And the first can was locked, and it had a combination lock on it. But it would, but what they would do is you had a call-in system that you would call with your theater code, and then they would give you the code to unlock the movie the day that it was supposed to be released. So we did the logical thing, and we called all of our other theater friends and said, "Hey, what reels do you have locked up in your on your copy of Transformers?" And we actually found a theater that had the exact opposite reels locked up than what we did. And so we packed up half our movie, drove it to their theater, put it together, and watched it a couple of days before it released. Was it a lot of work for, just to watch a movie early? Sure. I was in college. I didn't care. Totally worth it.
Select your course, please.
Yeah, I gotta look at this reel again. I don't... Yeah, this guy here... So this one... I was actually wrong. This one doesn't even have a bearing in it. So this would be the house reel. And gosh, it's got dog hair all over it. I'm embarrassed of that. But this is the one that would actually go on the winding side of the projector as well. So it actually wouldn't spin freely. It would slide onto the mechanical side and actually, serve as the rewinding function. Oh, yeah. Hey, Retro Joe. Thanks for the follow, and I guarantee you we can catch a big fish with that thing. Yeah, the new digital projectors, they just don't have the same charm that the old ka-chunk of the 24 frames per second 35mm guys did. Yeah, that was about the end of my theater career. I installed very few, but a couple of just Christie digital projectors. Alright, Retro Joe, that was a good one. I love a good corny, dad joke. Yeah, you got me good. That made my night. Oh no. Yeah, theater was a lot of fun. I didn't always appreciate dealing with people, but I loved working on the projectors and playing with film and all that good stuff. I give up. Yeah, so funny pun story. It's been like 5 years or so now, but I got into a pun battle with Amazon's Twitter account, and they actually sent me a couple coffee mugs with puns on them and breakfast food. I can't remember exactly. I've got them around here somewhere, but I can't remember exactly what they said, but I thought that was really fun that, you know, got a fun battle with Amazon. Anyway, I've been threatening to do this for a while now, moving away from the speedrun and just playing around in stunt mode, and that's what we're going to do because I'm having a terrible night whenever it comes to speedrunning. But yeah, Retro Joe, the theater is 100% off. They have video games. They have popcorn. They have candy. And movies, of course. I will say, though, movie etiquette. People have no respect for going to the theater anymore. They don't know how to act. Everyone's got their cell phones out. It's like a free-for-all. If you're going to do that, stay home. However, thanks to the pandemic, our drive-ins over here, have made a comeback, and I absolutely love it. I have been to actually last summer, I went to the drive-in like 10, 15 times, and so far this year, we're on track to match that record. Yeah, they were definitely in denial, because I definitely won that pun battle, but only because I was the punniest. Oh, geez. Oh. Only do one. I mean, I'm disappointed that the UK doesn't have more drive-ins, because I feel like the UK has a lot of really cool stuff. Was it like a Steam Carnival? Those look really cool. That's something that we don't have here. I don't know if that's a thing that you actually have in the UK or if it's just something I saw on Netflix. But yeah, I'm actually lucky because where I'm at, God, it's true. It's true. Okay, good. But where I'm at, I'm an anomaly. But where I'm at, there are 2 drive-ins within a 30-minute drive. And if you want to go outside of, 30 minutes, there's still plenty of options, which is crazy because like the drive-in scene is completely dead here too. I just happen to be in the right part of the country. But if you're interested in drive-ins, there is a documentary. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it is about the Mahoning Drive-In, which is in Pennsylvania. And that place is awesome. Even if you can't go there, I recommend that you follow them like on Instagram, because they do some really cool stuff. you know, really in the name of keeping the drive-in alive. And if you're even somewhat interested in drive-ins, it is worth following the Mahoning Drive-In and checking out the documentary about the Mahoning Drive-In. Because the things that they have done to stay alive is just, it's amazing.
Almost had it.
Yeah, so the Steam Carnivals. I mean, so that's an actual, like, thing. I kind of, whenever I was watching the, I'm pretty sure it was on Netflix, whenever I was watching about it, I thought it was like one of those novelty things, you know, that's like, okay, this is a really UK thing, and, you know, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but so it sounds like it's a legit thing. I mean, is it like something that just comes around in the summertime? Is it something that you know, is just there pretty much all the time? Oh, jeez. All right. I'm going to jump back over. Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm going to play some Drake Lake a little bit more. I just need a little bit of a break. Actually, no. Let's do Sunny Beach because I think that we can do some stuff now. Summer. So here we have, like, you know, county fairs, which is like one of the most redneck things that there are, but yeah, you know, it's like every little town in the summer has their 1 week of a county fair. I imagine the Steam Carnival is similar. Is it like something that people look forward to, or is it just like a novelty that's like, it's over there, it's cool, but, you know, we'll go there if we're really bored, but we're not going to go out of our way to see the Steam Carnival. Gosh. Alright, I'm just going to go for it.
Almost had it.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of similar here, except, you know, people aren't amazed with the engines, but kids like these little tiny rides, you know, at the fair, and old peoples tend to love them. To where your people in the middle are like, ugh, you have to go to the fair. Well, one of the staples of our county fair, though, is a demolition derby, in which case they take these old beat-up cars and they just smash the shit out of each other for, you know, until only, like, maybe one or two are still alive. But yeah, everyone gets pretty pumped up about that. Which I used to have a neighbor that his thing was building demolition derby cars. And I didn't realize that this was a thing, that you actually built demolition derby cars. I thought it was something you just went and got an old piece of crap, you painted it with a spray can, and you busted all the windows out of it. took all the seats out but the driver's seat, and like got rid of the fuel tank and stuff like that, and made it, I guess, kind of safe. It doesn't really look safe to me, but anyways, no, there's a lot more to it than that. They take and they put these expensive engines in them, and they reinforce things. And one thing that they do that would absolutely drive me insane as a neighbor of this individual is they would take a sledgehammer and they would beat the crap out of the side of this car. And the whole point was they were beating like a groove into the side of it to make like lines. And the whole thing was to, like kind of pyramid it up on the side and to where they had this line all down the side of it. And that would make the car itself more rigid. And so what he would do was he would get all hopped up on meth. And he would be up at 2, 3 in the morning with this sledgehammer just beating the crap out of his demolition derby car for like 2, 3 hours straight. And it was the worst. And the other thing that he would do, and I didn't realize this until I had a neighbor that worked on demolition derby cars, but he would start that thing up around midnight, and it would basically just have straight pipes, out the hood of it. And how you work on the engine of a demolition derby car apparently is again, you get hopped up on meth. That's the first thing that you do. Maybe a little bit of heroin in with it, but one of the two. Anyways, so you start this thing up because you're going to work on the engine, and then you just sit there and just rev it up for like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes while everyone's trying to sleep in the neighborhood. And it's just, that's what you got to do to work on demolition derby car. Never would have known that had I not had a neighbor that liked demolition derby cars. Regardless, I am happy that we moved. I'm in a neighborhood now that has an HOA, which a lot of people are like, ugh, I wouldn't want someone telling me what I can do. And I'm like, have you ever lived next to someone that liked to work on demolition derby cars? Because if you did, you would appreciate having a homeowners association telling you that you can't have neighbors that do that. It is funny to look back and talk about now, but oh my gosh, at the time, it was bad. It was bad. I was in a bad place. Ugh.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I mean, so the HOA that I have, they actually don't have that stipulation.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, you couldn't put your car up on jack stands in the driveway and leave it there for 2 or 3 days. But changing your oil in your driveway is no big deal. The HOA where we're at is, it's reasonable. Yeah, so it has like rules like you can't have a car parked in your yard for more than 24 hours. You can't say it like the biggest annoyance that I have is like I can't have a shed in my backyard. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, my fence can only be like 4 feet tall. Yeah, I used to have a car with rollover protection, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of my own work too. I mean, I wasn't full blown, mechanic by any stretch, but I mean, I had a Jeep Wrangler. I mean, I changed the timing chain in, full blown exhaust package, all that good stuff. I used to have a Mustang that I did a lot of work on too, just, something that I enjoyed. I actually have a 1970 3/4 ton GMC pickup that, as you could imagine, it doesn't just keep itself running. What would they do if I bought a shed? They would send me an angry letter first, and then they would basically start sending me, fines until I removed it. And, land to the free. Granted, I moved here by choice. I knew the rules moving into the neighborhood. It was actually one of the things I was looking for because of the BS that I dealt with at my old place, which had no restrictions whatsoever, which I really enjoyed until the neighbor abused that. It's really funny because one of my neighbors has a Miata, and I saw them driving by this afternoon. I'm like, you know what? I think I would really like a Miata. Gosh, I can imagine a Miata go-kart. I actually had a friend in high school. They put a V8 in a Ford Fiero. And that thing, it was... I imagine that was about the same as putting a Miata engine on a go-kart. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one bit opposed to, having neighbors that work on cars and things like that. I'll admit the problem that I had was an anomaly. It was not the normal. I had a neighbor with a drug problem that had absolutely no respect for anyone else. But I'll tell you, whenever we first moved in, he didn't live there. And they moved him there to try and keep him out of trouble. And there was 2 years while he was there it was rough. So the classic minis I really like. They look freaking awesome. I'm not a huge fan of like the newer minis, but the classic minis, they really do look awesome. And I've seen some of them, really kind of hopped up.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so I guess, gosh, I've had several cars over the years, but yeah, right now I don't have anything real fun. I did pre-order a Cybertruck. I'm pretty excited about that. If they made a new Classic Mini, I would probably buy a new Classic Mini. I have been looking at not minivans, but like more of a utility van. But like minivan size. Mercedes makes one that I'm interested in. With my current work situation, work is pretty much wherever I am. I would like to get one of those, put like a generator on it and a camper air conditioner, and then the office is wherever I am at that point. And yeah, I'd just like to travel around a little bit. Yeah, I know Ford, they have the Transit. Mercedes has this one that I saw just the other day, and I was like, oh, that is perfect. And then there's always the option of just finding an old Astro van somewhere, because those things will run forever. I don't know if it was the Sprinter or not. I feel like it was something different than the Sprinter, but it might be the Sprinter. I was going to paint it. I was going to do. I was going to do like a wrap, and I was going to do like some, like some really bright, like Nickelodeon, like orange and some slime and stuff on it. But I really like the idea of getting an Astro van and doing it like the A-Team van. I think that I'm pretty sure BA was a Chevy van guy, but you know, an Astro van could fit the bill. Yeah, the what's the other one? The Reliant Robin? Was it the other like British car everyone makes fun of? You know, we have a lot of classic car festivals here too. So actually, I live in Columbus, Ohio, pretty big city. We have the Good Guys car show here, and it is huge. And then in Newark, Ohio, which is a little bit east of where I'm at, we have the Mopar Nationals. There's just huge classic car scene, you know, nearby. What are the cars that are real famous in like the Ukraine and Russia, basically the former Soviet Union? Is that the Lada? Is it a Lada? Those things look really cool. I don't know why I really like these little itty bitty cars for some reason. It's like, and I mean, I come from a place where, you know, you gotta have a big truck, big tires, you know, all that stuff. You know, that's whenever I was growing up. I mean, I still have the Jeep Wrangler, you know, 33s, lift kit, the works, because, you know, that's what you did. But for some reason, yeah, all these little foreign cars just, they really get my attention. Yeah, the Yugo as well. Yeah, the Lada was definitely what I was talking about, but the Yugo. Then where was Dat? Was Datsun? Was that Japanese? Because there's like some little tiny Datsun trucks here that are really cool. Yeah, whenever I see like a Lada, like, man, that thing's got to run on kerosene or something, because they just, they look like they're from a different time. Well, they are from a different time.
Course, please.
Yeah, I'm not going to claim to be a big car guy, but I can appreciate, or, you know, why folks would be, you know, really into cars. Yeah, I'm not really sure why the family car was always the Volvo. Because, I mean, in reality, I think that, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of Volvos, but yeah, the wagon, the Chevy wagon and the Ford wagon, those were the two family cars. The Dodge Caravan. That was, you know, a lot of Chrysler vans. I guess that would have been early 2000s, late. Yeah, I don't know that the Volvo really had the presence that film would make you believe. At least not in my neck of the woods. There were a lot of Subarus, however. I sold my Mustang here it's been about 2 years ago now. That was a really fun car to drive. I mean, it was a 99, and it had the 4.6 in it, and it had some work done. More aggressive cam. It had been, re-geared, some custom transmission work. But she would move. And oh yeah, the Toyota Camry was actually, definitely around. Yeah, but yeah, that Mustang, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was lowered a full 2 inches. It was a fun car because it wasn't like you're not going to go to the drag strip and, like just absolutely blow someone's doors off. If you were matched fairly. But it was fun to drive. It was fun to look at. It always turned heads, and that's what I really enjoyed about it. And the reason I got it was the car I always wanted whenever I was in high school, and I never had one. And I found one for sale, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting that. And see, I bought it in probably 2008, and it had like 60,000 miles on it. And then I sold it, gosh, it would have been in 2019, and it had like 70,000 miles on it. So I had to put no miles on this thing. It just lived in my garage, and basically took it out for date night. Yeah, how many crowds did I hit? Few. But yeah, it had a 5-speed in it. Yeah, 410 gears. Man, the thing was fun. Kind of regret selling it because I really didn't need the money, but well, I didn't need the money, but I didn't have the space for it either. It was just kind of in the way. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, where I was growing up, no, you didn't learn how to drive on an automatic transmission. You learned on a manual. I didn't have a car with an automatic transmission until I have a Toyota Tacoma that I bought in 2016, and that was my first car with an automatic transmission. Yeah. Yeah, that thing was cammed up. Had a really aggressive cam in it, and with the 5-speed and the 410 gears, and she would take off. But as far as yeah, I could see the Austin Healey and the Jaguar E-Type. I mean, I can see the desire there. I used to be that way, to where I would not be interested in an automatic. But after owning one, I'm cool with it. I mean, it's preference. I get it. I get why you would want a manual, but there are times to where just being able to put it in drive and set the cruise control on a long road trip it's nice. I mean, I know my Mustang had cruise control, but it could just been, the aggressive cam and being geared real low, but it was kind of miserable with the cruise control on. And I say this too, I am actually, this surprises a lot of people, but I'm actually a licensed commercial driver, so I've actually driven just about everything. So, as someone that's, driven everything from a, split axle, 1,000 gear, semi to, 4, 3-speed international scout. I'm comfortable saying I'm okay with an automatic. It doesn't bother me. So close. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Retro Joe. See you next time. I mean, yeah, there's nothing, there's really nothing special about it. The biggest thing going from, from like a car to something, bigger is like if you have a split axle or something like that, where you have to, you have to like, match your engine speed to your axle speed so that you, don't grind gears. And I am far from a professional driver. I'm literally just a guy that has his CDL. I have driven commercial vehicles professionally, but not in like a capacity of like I'm an over-the-road driver. I have a very special case that I given my career, I needed it at the time, and I just there's no reason to let it go at this point. But yeah, I wouldn't mind talking privately about my career, but I'm not gonna throw it out there on stream right now. The CDL though, you can. This is the crazy thing about a CDL. You can go and take the test. You can get your CDL permit, and that's just a written test. You have to take it on a computer, and then you can immediately take that piece of paper without ever driving a truck and take it to a testing facility. And as long as you have a truck and a trailer, so the truck would have to have air brakes, and you would have to have a trailer, and the truck would have to be over. I can't remember what the weight is, but to make it a Class A vehicle. So you got a truck and a trailer with air brakes, so it pretty much immediately makes it a Class A vehicle. But you can take that permit, take your truck and trailer. For me personally, it was a dump truck and a trailer. The truck that I used actually had an automatic transmission in it. And you can go and take the test, and you can get a CDL that will license you to drive over the road in, split axle, 36 speed, semi, pulling, doubles or a tanker, whatever, and be perfectly legal, having never driven one before. So, like I said, I took my test in a dump truck and a trailer, and that was really about the capacity of what I drove. But legally, I can go get behind the wheel of a semi right now, fully loaded. I can tell you I would not be comfortable driving down the road in that. But hey, sometimes the laws work for you, right? But it's super easy to get a CDL. That's why it kind of blows my mind that there are all of these truck driving schools out there, because they're like, learn how to drive a truck and get your CDL. Heck, anyone can do this. I did it. Oh, the hardest part of my CDL test was the guy giving the test. I got really nervous, and I struggled backing the truck and trailer in a straight line. I promise you I can back a truck and trailer in a straight line, but I was nervous. I had to kind of stop and calm my nerves. Keep in mind, I was 21 at the time, and my job really depended on me getting my CDL. So I stopped, I got my breath, but I think that the guy giving the test was nervous because there's two different paths they can take you on. One of them is like if you're going to back your truck into a dock, you know, they kind of simulate that. And the other option is you have to parallel park your truck and trailer. And backing your truck into a dock is far easier than parallel parking one. And he had me actually do the parallel parking. And I think that was because I couldn't back the truck up straight because I was a ball of nerves. I actually parallel parked that truck and trailer like a boss. He hopped in, you know, I wasn't even done parking and he got in and he's like, you did awesome there. It's like, thanks, man. Yeah, passed her first try. I think the hardest part of that test is people go into it without really studying because you have to go through the truck ahead of time and do your pre-trip inspection. And if you've never done that and you're just going in blind, there's no way you'll pass that test. And if you just do it like from the book, it's really kind of vague. But yeah, I think that if somebody had any type of driving skills and worked with somebody that knew what the heck they were talking about on the pre-trip inspection, you'd have no problem getting a CDL. Oh, man. All right, this is going to be the last lap, and we're going to call it a night. Oh, come on. Right. Liking this run so far. Really good first lap. Made some buoy contact there. That's never a good sign. Really good second lap. Was pretty ugly. No! Oh! Oh, freaked out a little there. Personal best. Look at that. Ah. That is a really good way to end the night. Woo. It's not by much. She's the one I got. All right. On that note, we are going to wrap it up. We will be back with more Wave Race on Sunday for a See-Do Sunday. We've got some PoJam and Earl coming up this weekend. I've already been working with Fried Bologna on working out schedule for that. So, pretty excited about that. We also have some new gear coming in for the N64 streams. Hopefully the quality gets a little better than what we have right now. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for having a good time. And we will see everyone on the